Hello, and welcome to my reflections on the module Technology Enhanced Learning. During this course, we explored how learning technologies can be used for learning, teaching, and assessment. While the course was rooted in theory, we had many opportunities to practice using various tools and platforms for ourselves. Through this experience, I encountered several challenges but found ways to overcome them. The first challenge was the feeling of being overwhelmed by getting to grips with using a range of new platforms for different tasks. I felt overwhelmed by using a range of new platforms such as Google Hangouts, WordPress, and Twitter, but I knew the best way to shake off that feeling was to get organised and commit time to immersing myself in the practice of using various kinds of technology to enhance my learning. In my first blog post, I set my intentions for the blog, and my feelings of being overwhelmed by the various platforms eventually subsided. My second challenge was that I'm not a very social learner. I'm used to learning in isolation, but to get the most out of technology-enhanced learning, you have to participate. So I had to think about ways I could be more social in my learning. The first thing I did was think about my audience and ways to engage with them. I chose to focus on participating with my peers by creating a plan. My plan included a few simple points to help me become more participative and hopefully get my peers to engage more. After reading about Henry Jenkins and the fact that many people face challenges with the participatory culture of the web, I didn't feel so bad about the fact participating didn't come naturally to me. I read about the benefits of giving and receiving elaborated feedback in an article by Shuling Wang and Pei Wu. Some of the ideas and my strategies come from their ideas of elaborated feedback and helping to deepen the learning process and raise self-efficacy of the person who comments by showing knowledge, providing support, or having something to offer. Elaborated feedback also acts as a form of social persuasion, as described by Albert Bandura, which helps learners know if they are on the right track with their peers. To really improve my participatory behaviour, I had to let go of the concept of timed learning. This means I had to stop viewing my participation with classmates as being restricted to the timings of our classes. To participate in technology-enhanced learning, you must be willing to interact with peers outside of class time using online platforms. I started to make a habit of checking my blog and Twitter accounts at regular intervals each day to keep up to date with my peers. So technology-enhanced learning required me to find strategies to make changes to my online habits and ideas about timed learning to improve my level of participation. Learning to use Twitter was like becoming part of a new culture and working out the ways people engaged with each other. I had always thought Twitter was full of people talking nonsense, but I soon discovered that Twitter is only as good as your network. So I did my best to find and follow accounts that were related to my academic interests, and they started to follow me too. I even started to get retweeted by people who weren't from my class, and my network started to extend far beyond the students and lecturers I saw at uni. Twitter enables me to learn and interact with people who may already be working or are experts in areas of interest to me, so engagement became less of a challenge and more of an opportunity to develop my network and find the latest research and news. Henry Jenkins says that one way to participate more is to be creative and encourages us to be producers rather than consumers. Lev and Wenger describe this kind of production as a way to participate and become part of a community of practice through creating artifacts that benefit the community, digital artifacts in our case. We're encouraged to share our creations through social media. At first this was quite nerve-wracking and made me feel quite vulnerable because I was worried about what people would think. I knew the things I had made were not perfect, but my net lecturer encouraged us to try out tools and to practice with them. There was no pressure to be perfect, just to try. It was encouraging when people would like, retweet or comment on what I had created. This helped me to build my self-efficacy and feel like I was having the kind of mastery experience Albert Bandura describes when we feel we are progressing, especially when others acknowledged my efforts and persuaded me that what I was doing was alright. Vincent Miller says that the ideas of digital media being more of a process than an object is an important part of digital culture. He says we must view digital media as something that is never really finished and can continually be edited, improved and remixed. The concept has resulted in me treating my learning as a process, where I can reflect on then transform the product of my learning as I learn, which means my assessed work will hopefully be more representative of my learning than an essay that is submitted by a deadline and rarely revisited. We may have come to the end of the road regarding our module, but I don't think the journey is over just yet. I still think there are many ways that we can take advantage of what technology-enhanced learning has to offer. For me, the best way to take advantage of technology and to develop is to be more curious, creative, and to participate in a range of online networks and try out different tools, which will help me to grow as a practitioner of technology-enhanced learning. Incorporating technology into learning and teaching isn't always easy, and there will be challenges, but at the end of the day, your learning and teaching will be enhanced.